Well, it was a lot of hard work, but we finally cleared out all of those pesky trees made by the stupid earth crystal. Took a little bit, but hey, I mean, we got some rewards out of it. A decent amount of pig, a little bit of extra accessories. And it'll let us grab some treasure chests. Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Bravely Default 2. Last time, we went around Wiswald and helped out the citizens with some pretty menial tasks, but hey, you know, every little bit helps. This time, we're going to be wrapping up our side quests here in Wiswald. Hopefully, not running into anything too major. I missed a spot here. Unfortunately, these dead trees here don't really count as actual ones, so I can't cut them down. But we're going to be starting today by exploring the Wiswald outskirts here and grabbing ourselves as many treasure chests as we can get. Actually, something I do want to talk about is in the bottom right screen, you can see the current location. And above it, you can always see this piece of artwork tied to them. In this case, the near Wiswald artwork is very indicative of what Wiswald actually looked like before all of the trees showed up. At least it looks like. I mean, it seems like there's some roots poking out of the ground, but you can see the tower is very visible there, and it just seems like it was a lot more plains, a lot more plains surrounding Wiswald, more similar to what we're seeing here. Obviously, the roots are still around Wiswald, but it's neat to see what the tower looks like without it being covered. Anyways, let's start by grabbing our treasure chests. Right here, right behind Wiswald, is 1300 pig. I should probably have Divining Rod on, shouldn't I? Next, let's move on over here. If we move all the way to the northernmost edge of the map, where I pointed out there was a spider rare monster, if we just kind of walk around it, I don't really know why they have chests hidden behind rare monsters whenever they literally will not move to attack. See? I mean, this thing is way higher level than we are, and still it doesn't care. It's a little weird. I mean, then again, the Wind Talisman that we just got, that probably is not worth... it is not a worthy drop, for a worthy reward for beating that enemy, so I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. And the items that those rare monsters can drop themselves are always going to be more valuable. The next one is also by another rare monster here in Wiswald, so I will see you over here. Moving into this crevice area, there is another rare monster right there. He's not guarding anything, but behind him, right here, is more loot. A nasty surprise, great. And in here is a nano suit. We have one of those already. We can also get a nice little sneak peek of what the Wayward Woods looks like, which is where we need to go to get to Rheimdall. So, nice little sneak peek. It's very foggy and full of trees. It was mentioned to take care not to get lost in there, so it makes sense why Roddy would tell us that. Now there is a few other things we can look around here. Like there's this one weird building right here that we can't really do much with right now, so we're just gonna leave alone. But yeah, we've collected every single treasure chest in the Savalon/Wiswald area, meaning that we don't need Divining Rod at all when navigating this segment of the world map. It's a nice little check mark in the completionist area. Anyways, we're not done here in Wiswald, so let's go ahead and head inside and see what quests we're dealing with. Heading into the Great Tree Hollow, there is a quest for this little kid right here.
Hiya! Hiya!
Ha! Better luck next time, kiddies. You need a bit more practice.
What do you think you're doing? You should never aim a spell at someone, even as a joke. Never!
We... Sorry.
Ah, lighten up, Gloria. We were only having a wee bit of fun.
That may well be, but... Look, I apologize for reacting quite so strongly, but
It's fine. You just surprised us is all, right? Aye. We don't mind, because we think you're really pretty.
I beg your pardon?
I know. I saw a really nice flower outside town. I'll go and get it to say sorry. Wait there.
Yeah, you, eh? Even the wee kiddies are falling over themselves to please the entrancing Princess Gloria.
Do you have to make fun of me so mercilessly?
What? Entrancing?
It means I'm... Never mind. She's been gone rather a while, don't you think?
She's probably just got distracted along the way.
No. I have a bad feeling about this. We need to go after her.
Blinded by beauty. My friend only went off to pick flowers, but she's been gone a long time. Miss Princess, could you go and find her for me? Search for the lost little girl. We get 10 small JP orbs for this. Even the little kitties finding Princess Gloria entrancing. You know what? That's pretty nice. Hopefully with all the trees we knocked down, finding this kid should be easy. Oh. Okay, never mind. That stupid earth crystal's really good at its job. Okay, well, thankfully we do have the red diamond of holiness, where we can just follow it and we'll get to our destination no matter what happens. Which isn't too bad. We can just walk around here, and I'm assuming the kid is around here somewhere. As a quick aside, I went ahead and moved Seth's sub-job over to Monk for Invigorate. I moved Gloria's sub-job over to White Mage, and I moved Adele's sub-job over to Beastmaster. We're going to want access to all of these things.
Look!
A shoe. A very small shoe. What if it belongs to that poor girl?
And here, drag marks. Do you think she...
Please, I don't even want to think about it. Come on, there isn't a moment to lose.
Look! In his mouth!
How could you? You'll pay for this. I shall show.
That's awfully dark, but you know what? Let's take it on. This is the Vespus Hex, a stronger version of a regular Vesp. Let's go ahead and see what we're dealing with here. 21,000 HP, we do lightning, light, and bows. This thing also has a lot of resistances. Pretty much what you see here is what you get. Which is why I have pretty interesting strategy for this one. Do note that it can counter red magic and also physical attacks, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to need to play this pretty careful. That's why I brought white magic into this encounter, because it might not be as damaging. At least I don't think so. I don't think it can counter white magic. It has a lot of physical attacks and has a chance of charming our teammates. So if they get charmed, just poke at them or bring charm immune accessories. We're going to be defaulting a lot here, so that we can build up our stuff and try to take this thing down in a turn or two. The Vesp also likes to default quite often, so we should be able to just wait out our turns pretty easily. Let's go ahead and just try to heal Elvis a little bit, make sure he's perfectly okay. Default here again. Alright, and now we're in a situation where we can start buffing ourselves up. Let's use Invigorate twice on Seth, so we get that buff increase. There's Protect Ally, working its charm. Now Adele's turn. This thing is weak to light. We have one final Petunia to use. Let's go ahead and use it. And then let's also swap Adele's weapon over. We can't do it while we're doing this turn then. Let's use these Direct Sunlights then. There we go. Get ourselves 7,000 damage and then 2 rounds of Direct Light. Puts that at 8k HP. Pretty good. Let's try to move over to Seth's turn. We've got access to our special move for Shield Master, but we shouldn't need it. There's Bewitch. Now we move on to Seth's turn. We still have access to our Invigorate, so let's start using... Where is it? Do I not have Insect Slayer yet? Oh, no, there we go. Bug Slayer. Let's use Bug Slayer. Even if we get countered, hopefully this doesn't kill us. 2,500 damage, 3,000 damage. There's Sting, which is a counter. 3,000 damage. Boom. Mercy Smash learned. Was that Bumble Whacker? That was definitely not right. Either way, we took down a stupid Vesp. Let's see if we can get that kid out of there.
Well, we took care of the monster, but
Yes. Listen.
You're all right? Oh, thank goodness.
But honestly, what were you thinking? Coming somewhere so dangerous all on your own?
It was so scary.
Now, don't cry. It's all right. I'm just glad you're safe. That's all.
There you are. Where have you been?
I know I may have snapped at you both, but it's because I was worried about you.
It's okay.
I scared you, didn't I?
I'm not so sure that's what's upsetting her, you know.
I'm sorry. I didn't find that flower for you.
Oh, don't be silly. It's the thought that counts. And you're back home safe and sound. That's the most important thing.
Miss Princess, would you like to come and play with us sometime? I want to talk to you some more. Hey, I want to talk to her too. I want to talk to her more than you. So will you? Will you come and play with us? Aye, please come and play with us.
Gosh, well,
See, they knew you told them off for a good reason. They wouldn't have asked you to play if they didn't now, would they?
You're right, I suppose.
Doesn't hurt that they go moony every time you so much as open your mouth, of course.
I thought I asked you to stop that.
It was a nice little quest. We get some character development for both Elvis and especially Gloria. You just see how she interacts with children. And a party chat. Playful days. I remember picking flowers myself when I was young. I used to like to weave them into crowns. Kids in my village used to do the same thing. Of course, I was only allowed to play with other princesses, or my ladies-in-waiting. How I longed to be free, like the local children. Still, I have fond memories of all the games we used to play. We used to pick flowers back in Magmail too. We'd pull the heads off and suck out the nectar. So delicious. I guess there are a few ways to play with flowers. Did you know that every one has a different taste? We used to get so carried away. The grown-ups had to force us to stop. I was never much of a one for flowers, but I loved playing at being a knight. I didn't have to feel heroic waving my wooden sword around. See, Elvis knows what's up. You know, any young man, you go camping and you find the stick, you know, and that becomes the holy relic of that camping trip. You start waving it around like a sword. Oh, it's so nice. What kind of games do you play when you're from? I guess we played Sailors and Pirates quite a bit. Sailors and Pirates. Yeah, all the kids would split into two teams. The Sailors and the Pirates. And then we'd chase each other around. If a sailor caught a pirate, they'd put him in prison, which was usually just a square drawn in the sand. And the pirates could only get out of prison if a teammate came to rescue them. It was a risky move, but super cool if you could pull it off. Hey, you were a big fan, I take it. Well, consider me schooled in kids' pursuits of the wider world. Don't worry, Elvis, I side with you, the stick. You know, it's all about the stick. But we're not done here talking and hanging out with the kids, as there are some more quests for us to do. Adele's hanging out with these kids here.
Go on, please. I'm begging you. Look, I want to help, but this is all a little sudden.
What's going on, Adele?
This kid here says he has a job for us. Aye, that's right. I want you to go and fetch me some honeycaps. They're mushrooms, and they're amazing. And I want to let my wee sister taste them. There were these two travellers who told me where they grow, but one of them got really mad when I mentioned going myself. You should have seen it. It is no place for a small child. Stay away, she said.
She was so scary. But I have to let my sister try them. Which is why I need you to go and fetch them for me.
Something tells me that you'll just go yourself if we don't. Fine. We'll help you.
Ah, thanks! Where did they say they grew again? Oh, aye, Miasma Woods. It's off to the west there.
Cool your boots, Selena. Where are we off to in such a hurry?
Miasma Woods, of course.
Huh? We ain't got no business back there, have we? Wait, you're going for the kids' sake?
You and I both know how fond monsters are of honeycaps. And we both know how determined the boy was to procure some for his sister. We cannot risk him taking it upon himself to go there.
No way would he go walk about in the forest after the way you spoke to him. You scared the pants off the poor mite.
Still, we cannot risk it. We should never have told him that they grew there in the first place.
Hey, wait up!
Yep, another Dog and Selena storyline. Let's go, for the sake of the kids. Can you go and give me some honeycaps? I'm desperate for my wee sister to try some. I can't go myself. That lady might get mad with me again. We get 2 booster buns for speed if we do this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go to the inn first and foremost and heal up because Neves definitely knocked me a good one. I'll tell you that. At least for that it comes to Seth. All right, we're all healed up. Now, okay, Miasma Woods is to the west of Wiswald. We've actually already gone past it this episode before, so let's head that way. We open up our map. Yep, we have the red baseball diamond showcasing us exactly where to go. And that's where we headed. Now, Seth is actually pretty close to maxing out Ranger, I believe. Let's see here. About 1,000 EXP away. So we'll probably be seeing him swap to a new job here soon. Also, one thing about this dungeon, we can finally make use of Dungeon Master. Nullifies all terrain inflicted damage. We're going to be dealing with Miasma. We're going to want Dungeon Master. This is really only this is literally one of 2 times where this ability will actually be useful. Hepoko's chosen hero. If we stand in this... Oh, well, no, hang on, no, we gotta look for the actual flowers. Now, the enemies in here, I think, are generally going to be afraid of me, but I do actually want to fight a few of them.
We've got the upper hand, guys.
For instance, there are Cerberuses and Poseidons. Both of these enemies are actually very, very good for getting off the chains. So we're actually going to want to see if we can capture a few of these. Cerberuses have about 1,000 HP, Poseidons have about 1,000 HP.
What's the plan?
This is a dungeon that I think is probably best done either right now or in between fighting Galahad and Foley. I didn't go here at that point because it just would have felt so bad if I was like, oh hey, we just beat Galahad and we figured out who the main culprit is. Let's go side questing, everyone. So I decided to finish up Foley's stuff first, which made me a little underprepared for the Foley fight, but I think it was better for pacing-wise if I delayed this dungeon until after we had dealt with Foley. Now, we also have another new enemy here, the Spigus, another very unsettling spider enemy. Let's see if we can't examine him with Adele, or her, who knows. Let's examine them, and then we also need to heal Seth here. 840 HP. Again, not too dangerous enemies. If you capture the Spigus, we got a counter physical attack on that, though. Ooh, yeah, we need to make sure to kill those things fast, then. Let's go ahead and raise Seth, and then we'll just poke the Poseidon. Should be enough to kill. Perfect. Got level up on Gloria and Elvis. Yeah, I'm level 29. This is a little higher than what you would normally be at this point in time. We want to fight these Cerberuses. I want them captured. Obviously, I could actually go directly for them, but I'm thinking if I just mow them down, eventually I'll get what I want. Okay, here we are. This is what I was thinking of. Now, with Dungeon Master, thankfully we become completely immune to these effects. Normally, this would actually hurt you, but because we have that, we are perfectly fine to walk around. This is, again, one of 2 dungeons in the entire game where this is actually useful. Let's use Stone Era here, actually, on this Poseidon. I want to see how much damage it does. 1,100? Perfect. Half damage Earth. Yeah, that makes sense. let's move forward. There aren't too many treasure chests in the Miasma Woods. Thankfully, because of our higher levels, we should be able to navigate the dungeon without too much issue. And get the enemies that I want. I like the sound it makes whenever you're standing on these flowers. It sounds metallic for some reason. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I wonder if that's like, you put on these iron boots that's what Dungeon Master is. It's literally just iron boots that just, oh, I could walk through this grass perfectly fine now. Elvis learned fast hands. Let's go ahead and look at that real quick. I haven't looked at a lot of the Shield Master moves as we've been kind of busy. So, Heavy Hitter. Perform a physical attack on a target. The heavier the equipment on the user's left hand, the greater the damage inflicted. This is mostly because shields are placed on your left hand, which are heavier than most weapons. So, in general, put something really, really heavy on your Shield Master's left hand to make them do more damage. Bumble Whacker. Perform a physical attack that's extremely effective on confused targets. If you have the ability to confuse enemies, Bumble Whacker will hit pretty hard. Fast Hands. Any speed reductions caused by equipment in either hand become speed bonuses instead. This makes it to where Shield Masters can actually be pretty speedy. If you have heavy equipment on that lower your speed by quite a bit, you can use Fast Hands to invert that effect and make them very fast. We move around here. I think this is a big loop around. I don't know if this leads to another area. Let's leave that alone. We've got 3 chests we want to find in this segment of the Miasma Woods, which I entered the other area. I want to go back. As I was saying, the Miasma Woods is actually a reoccurring area. The Miasma Woods is actually in the first Bravely Default game, and also Bravely Second. I don't know why I was like, oh, it's only in the first. No, it's in both Bravely games before this. Now, Miasma Woods is actually a main story location in Bravely Default 1, while it is a side quest location in Bravely Default, in Bravely 2nd, and also Bravely Default 2. So it kind of got a bit of a downgrade in terms of the Miasma itself. You can use Dungeon Master in the first Bravely Default game to avoid the poison there as well. And so, I mean, the function is pretty much the exact same. Heavy Axe, pretty useful, especially if you're still leveling up Vanguard or want to level up Vanguard. Let's see if we can get more Cerberus enemies.
We've outmaneuvered the hunt.
Got one of them right there.
I'm amazing.
Almost job level 10 with Gloria on Beastmaster. So that's a good news. I'm still missing a treasure chest somewhere. I think there's one of them just hiding out in the Miasma somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where. 3 Beast Fleshes. If you're struggling to get my Cerberuses, Beast Flesh will make them more often appear. I think I'm going in circles, but I need to remember where this last one is. I remember struggling to find all the loot in this dungeon in my first run through of the game. Well, I'll go ahead and see you back whenever I found it. Ooh, sneaky buggers. Near the entrance of the dungeon, if you hug the right wall, you'll eventually find this secret pathway. And it gives us 3,400 P. We got almost 60,000 P. That's pretty good. Money isn't really that big of a deal in this game, and if you're running low on it, just swap to Gambler for a little bit, as that is a job that will get you a lot of cash. But ideally, I don't run into any issues financially. If I do, I know how to solve it. Alright, we're going to take this entrance right here with the diamond. I believe this is actually the more southern-focused entrance. Gives us a save point and a teleport pad.
Whoever told the kid not to come here by himself wasn't wrong.
Yeah, better us than him for sure. So, shall we split up and go look for these mushrooms?
Look, Selena, do we really have to do this? I mean, the kid didn't ask us for help or anything, and he sure as heck isn't paying us. Have you forgotten that we don't have 2 gold coins to rub together? And since when did we work for free anyhow?
You saw how desperate the poor boy was to find the mushrooms for his sister. You saw the tears in his eyes. How could you possibly not want to help him?
All right, I get it.
Good. Now, less talk, more action.
Action, eh? What dirty work have you got for me this time?
You think I need you? You wildly overestimate yourself.
Ugh. Do you ever give a straight answer to anything?
I could ask you the same question.
Fine.
But only for the child's sake.
Shall we?
Yes, let's.
Seeing those two bicker, I guess our split up and look for clues did not work out because we're immediately grouped up together again. Okay, so we want to hug the left wall here. I remember this. There's some stuff that is exclusively protected behind these miasma flower thingies. So we're going to make sure to walk across as many of those as we can. Hello, please give me at least one of you. Okay, there's no way the Gloria fails to do over 138 damage to one target, right? Okay, cool. But we didn't capture any of them. Great. Dosha got MP Saver, which is very good. Heal ourselves up, and then move forward. There we go. Pass this miasma. There's no other way to do it. Ooh, okay. New enemy here.
We've got the upper hand,
This
guys.
is the Golden Bear. If I'm not mistaken, they're actually pretty frail. So if we use our Beast Slayer, we should be able to kill it pretty quickly. 2100 HP, lots of weaknesses, holy crap. And then yeah, we can just gut it with our Beast Slaying abilities.
I'm amazing.
That is another pretty decent capture. There actually are a lot of decent captures in this dungeon now that I'm thinking about it. I only had written down 2 of them, which was Golden Bear and the Cerberus. But thinking on it, like, mentally, there's a lot of them. 2 treasure chests here. 6 mini ethers. And an Aka Ito Doshi. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but that is a chess piece I want to look at real quick. But first things first, I'm going to kill more dogs. That sounds terribly wrong, but you know what? I don't care. Still no captures. I think I've gotten maybe 2 of them, which is honestly not really all that impressive. Let's see what the Aka Ito Doshi is. It is a suit of heavy armor made from metal plates tied together with red string. It gives us water resistance. This is pretty decent. It is a heavy piece of armor, meaning that you will be getting a big speed penalty. But it is pretty good for someone like Elvis who wants extra defense. Now, again, we do have access to fast hands, so anything that, well, I mean, it wouldn't matter with the armor piece, but any shields that we're wearing currently will not be penalized. We'll get speed bonuses instead. Now, I think that is it for the southern part of the map. So if we just move up north, which how close is Seth to leveling up? He's very close. So let's actually see if we can wrap up leveling up Ranger with Seth. Getting very annoyed that I'm not capturing any of these enemies. I could do it manually, but I have Beast Whisperer on for a reason. I'm supposed to be able to capture these things without much effort. Come on. Give me something to work with here. Now, if we move up further north, we do arrive in a very miasma-infested area. Holy crap. And there should be another exit right here. But what I want is a treasure chest. I think there's one right there. I am assuming I get to that via the northern entrance that I saw earlier. So I think I'll come back for that one. Instead, let's go ahead and move forward. In this third area, there's 3 chests for us to find. Let's take this northern path first, leading us to some very glowing plants, actually, and some new enemies. I like new enemies. New enemies are always fun.
What's the plan?
These are Razan Needles. 2000 HP, weak to water, wind, light, daggers, and spears. Again, lots of weaknesses. Counter physical attacks. Hopefully that doesn't. Okay. Didn't screw me over. And Seth learned Demon Slayer. Lets me hit. I think that is every enemy type that we have gotten now. No, I think there's actually one more that's locked later. But hey, we got access to a lot of them. Now that Seth has leveled up Ranger, where do I go to next? I'm thinking Vanguard. I think this should be where I go next. I want Seth to have access to strong physical attacks. Neo Cross Slash is very good. Attention Seeker is a very powerful specialty passive. And it also let him use some of the stronger axes we've gotten recently. So let's see here. The Earthbreaker seems really nice. And I mean, it is. But I don't really like being stuck with the Earth element as a weapon type. So I think I'm going to equip the Heavy Axe and then give him a I could do the giant shield, because again, you don't lose aim, evasions, or speed with the bonuses from the can't even think of the word, but the Vanguard specialty, the first specialty. So I think we can just take advantage of this. Let's give him the giant shield, why not? It looks pretty cool, at least. He has the Thunder Talisman on, which will make sure his speed is still pretty high. If we move all the way to the north, we've got more bears. The Bear Bears. I never really watched that show all that much. I heard pretty decent things about it.
Here I go. Got a little something for you. Oh, I can't see a damn thing.
What? He's not even blind. That's just the dialogue he has here? I didn't even know that. Oh, man. Seth's commentary is so much fun. I mean, he swears like a sailor. I mean, he definitely is a little more passive than like an actual sailor would be. But man, it's so much fun hearing his commentary. So if I move here to the east, actually there's a chest up there that I want to grab. Move out of the way, Barry. Oh god, that reminds me of Xenoblade 2 and oh, the quest with Ursula. No, if you haven't played Xenoblade 2, no one's gonna understand what the hell I'm talking about. The bearing her soul quest. Me saying Barry just gave me PTSD. I want to play that game again. But no, we're Bravely Default 2ing right now. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know. It has been a long session. I'll probably stop recording videos for a bit after this. I've been recording for a long time. Oh man, okay. We've fought all of these enemies before. We've seen all of them. I think there's one more chest here before we reach the end of the dungeon. Yes, Oak Staff should be up here. I remember this one pretty well. Maybe I'm wrong? Got a device there. Okay, no, it was the Oak Staff. I remember getting the Oak Staff there because I actually didn't get the one that was in the Institute for a long time. I was very annoyed because I couldn't find that treasure chest for a while. I was just confused on where I was missing something. Yep, there's our save point. So real quick, I'm going to go back and grab that other treasure chest, and then I'll see you back here. Go through the northern entrance, the one that does not have the red baseball diamond of holiness, and it will give us a nasty surprise. Great. Sweeping through them gives us the Eisenhut. Let's see what that is. Assuming that's another heavy piece of gear? Yes. Heavy iron helmet with a round brim. Again, this could be useful for Elvis. Be useful for him right now, but it lowers his speed a little too much, in my opinion. Confusion and Charm immunity is decent, but let's put the Laurel Wreath on Gloria. Paralysis immunity is actually going to be very important for something we're going to be facing very soon, so this is actually not a bad time to talk about all that stuff. Fortunately, Adele doesn't really have enough weight to put on anything else, unless I remove the Ice Brand, because it's really what's taking up most of her stuff. But I don't want to do that, because I'm stubborn. Very, very stubborn. Anyways, I'll see you back at that save point. Okay, I went ahead and healed up and swapped my abilities around. I gave Seth Raw Power and MP Saver. Didn't do anything too different for Gloria. Put Fast Hands on Elvis, that way he gets those speed bonuses. And then I put MP Saver and Magic Critical on Adele, as she actually will be playing a bit more of a mage this time around. Anyways, that's pretty much it. If you want any real full advice, paralysis immunity is probably the most important thing for this next encounter, other than just being able to deal some decent fire and earth damage. Alright, let's move forward.
The mushrooms at last!
Yeah, awesome. Just hurry up, will ya? This place is crawling with monsters.
Yes, yes. Just keep watch, please.
On it. Huh? What the flaming heck is that thing? Well, whatever it is, it's messing with the wrong bloke. Rig it, Drongo!
There. That should be.
Look out!
Dag!
I'll be right. Did you get your precious mushrooms?
Yes, I believe I have enough.
Sweet. Then let's get the hell out of here!
Wait, We We appear to have made an enemy.
Yeah. Guess there's only one thing for it.
Come, do your worst.
This is the Frankenfalcott, Impuce, and Papilloid. I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of those, especially the Frankenfalcott. Okay, this is a three-pronged boss fight where we have to deal with 3 targets. All of them have different things, and they have a unique gimmick, if you probably couldn't tell. Either way, we're going to use Defender of the People and try to get around to someone's turn. We could take Gloria's turn to do this. Magnifying Glass. We're going to look at the Frankenfalcott, which looks like a bug eater. 12,000 HP, weak to fire, earth, daggers, and swords. Seth will go ahead and examine the Impuce. 15,000 HP, weak to axes and staves. Big reason to have Vanguard in this encounter. And the Papilloid. 11,000 HP, weak to fire, spears, and bows. Now, I'm going to go ahead and spoil the gimmick of this fight for you. You have to take down all 3 of these enemy parts roughly at the same time. There's like a 1 to 2 turn window where you can have a bit of a break. But you have to take down all 3 parts at the same time. Otherwise, whatever part you've destroyed will come back with half of its HP back. Meaning that we're in for a bit of a fight. All 3 parts have different focuses. The Frankenfalcott, I believe, is the supporter. It will provide healing and buffs for the enemy team. Impuce is the damage dealer, and the Papilloid is the debuffer. So we have some issues here. Also, avoid water damage. They have a universal absorption immunity to water, so don't hit them with the Ice Brand if you have it active. We're gonna go ahead and play defensive here and try to get as much BP built up as possible.
Okay, what's the plan?
Protect Allies should be able to keep us pretty healthy for the most part. If we need to, we will utilize White Magic that I have on Gloria to do most of our healing. There's Protecta and Shelga. Again, the Frankenfalcott will be doing most of the buffs. Let's go ahead and defend again. Let's default. We do not want to be hit with anything too crazy. Let's use our... no, we're still healthy. Let's use Adele here. They're all active right now. Let's use... Oh, I didn't put it on her. Dang it. Okay, let's try that again. I was actually missing a lot more than I expected, so I decided I was just going to go ahead and reset the fight. Unfortunately, we can't skip the cutscene, if you were wondering. We just have to do this normally. Now, we do have an idea of what we're going to be fighting up now. I do need to make sure that I have access to what their HP is, so we do need to examine all of them again. Let's go ahead and do that.
Allow me.
There we go. Alright, all of them have been examined. We can now start default spamming. The middle boss will do most of the damage here. We just have to protect our Defender of the People. We should be able to deal with any incoming damage pretty well. Build up our defenses. For reference, I did swap Seth's sub-job over to Ranger and Adele's job over to Beastmaster. That was really the major change I needed to make, as that was how I was planning on doing most of my damage. Let's go ahead and just heal our team a little bit. Don't need too much. Okay. Let's wait until all of the enemies are actually active to do our attacks, so let's hold off for a little bit here. The 2 of the enemies are defaulting, so we really need to play this carefully. Let's default more. Okay. Okay, we're probably just gonna have to go with what we got right now. Let's go ahead and default and try to move over to Adele's turn. And let's use 2 rounds of Off the Chain. Maybe I did get some Cerberus. This is my first time checking. I got 7 of them. Perfect. Cerberus activates Hellfire. 2 of these enemies are weak to fire. As we can see, the Impuce is resistant to it. Not immune, thankfully, but resistant. So let's go ahead and check 2 of these Hellfires at them. As you can see, pretty decent damage, even with one of them defaulting. It puts the 2 weaker enemies at about a half HP, which is pretty good. It does put Adele in the negative pretty badly, but we can bring her up pretty quickly. I'm saying pretty a lot. Oh man, it's been a long day. Anyway, we've got Bug Slayer active. Let's go ahead and see if we can bring this Impuce down quite a bit. I'm actually going to do 3 of them. I think Seth is actually going to do a lot of damage, so we're going to be very careful here. Okay, not as much as I was actually thinking it was gonna do. Still pretty good, though. That attack right there has a chance of paralyzing. That's why I suggested you bring paralysis immunity into the encounter. Let's go ahead and heal up. Oh, I also got Contagioned on Adele. We need to fix that, because Contagion sucks. It sucks a lot. Let's use a remedy on her. Contagion will drain a lot of the target's MP bar. And it sucks, especially for a caster who's going to be utilizing their MP to fight. Let's use Gloria's turn to try and bring down that Impuse a little bit. We'll use Mercy Smash. There we go. Don't need to do too much damage. Ice physical attack right there. There's Cure, healing the enemy team, which kind of sucks, but that's okay.
Here I go.
They're all roughly at about the same HP, which is good. Let's go ahead and use Bug Slayer again. Let's use it on the Impuse, especially since it is the tankiest of the bunch. It's at about 2k HP. I'm gonna Defender of the People again. I'm gonna get the debuffer going here. Attack, attack, and Virus Crunch. Ooh, 3 rounds of Contagion. I might be able to get away with not worrying about that. If I can get around to Adele's turn, I might be able to get away with that. Killer Strike. Thankfully, Protect Ally works well. There's Adele's turn. You can see it did a pretty decent chunk of damage to our MP bar. Let's use another Cerberus. This should do a considerable amount of damage. Yeah, okay. That puts them all pretty low. Let's go ahead and use Defender of the People again. Icy Blast has a chance of freezing targets. Unfortunately, we did get the 2 of our targets to get frozen. Let's use Mercy Smash on the Impuse, and let's just do the Impuse here, and then the Call Cut. Ideally, we don't run into too many issues here. Ooh, single target cure right there. Unfortunately, the Papilloid does have that 30% defense boost, which sucks. So we'll do 2 Bug Slayers, I think. Perfect. Yeah, stupid freeze. We could actually wrap this up here. I am going to be very, very greedy, and we're going to use Off the Leash here and see if Hellfire can work and kill them all now. Let's use 2 of them, and then let's poke the Impuse. I think this might be enough. Okay, that one's down. That one's down. And that one's almost dead. Elvis, get up! No, it's gonna be back. They're gonna be alive again. Come on, Seth, get up in time, get up in time. Okay, all right. One of these hits has to go through. I know Vanguard has terrible aim, but come on. One of these has to go through. We'll do a quick fire flurry and then attack. Okay. Woo! That was almost really bad. Yalaga. And a bunch of level ups. Aggravates, cool, no guts, no glory. And finish that fight. Honestly, not too bad. It's just more about managing the countless debuffs that one of the enemies can put on you. Just make sure you fight them either as a group and you can just kill them in just a few actions, or fight them individually and get them to a point where you can then take them all down in one go.
Look, over there.
Are those the mushrooms the kid was talking about?
Yes, and someone appears to have picked them for us. But why would they leave them here?
No idea. Still, makes our lives easier.
Sure does. Let's grab them and get out of here before we upset any more big, ugly monsters.
Honeycat mushrooms obtained. Perfect. If you were curious, there is nothing really else here for us. It's just an empty area. If you come here without the side quest, it will just be a dead end. Hello there, kiddo. Got some stuff for you.
Here you go. These weren't easy to get hold of. Oh, this is great! Thanks so much! I can't wait to see my wee sister's face when she tastes them for the first time.
You're more than welcome. I hope she enjoys them.
Oh, she will. Don't worry.
Well, looks like the kid got his mushrooms.
Yes, wonderful.
What's the matter? What have you gone all sulky for?
I am not sulking. I am perfectly fine.
Look, it was my fault you dropped the mushrooms. and I'm sorry. But the kid got his hands on them in the end, and he didn't get mauled by monsters either. All's well that ends well, right?
I suppose so.
Hey, listen, the way you went to all that trouble for the little one, not many people would have done that. You've got a good heart, kiddo.
Enough of your nonsense, Deg. We have places to be.
Hey, wait up!
It's nice to get updates on them every now and then. Alright, there we go. We get a party chat as well. Culinary pursuits. Ugh, why can't I stop thinking about them? Ugh, it's no good. It just keeps going round and round. What is it, Elvis? Ever since with that wee lad mentioned honeycaps, I've been absolutely desperate to try some. They're meant to be to die for. Right now, I probably would die for a taste of one. Well, I guess your best years are behind you. Might as well go out with a bang. He's only 35. You know what? That is one for the grave. Especially for kids. You know, looking at a 35-year-old and you're like 8 years old, you're like, wow, you're old. Yeah, laugh it up, you. As if I didn't feel old enough already. I guess it would be pretty sad to die without tasting something that everybody said was amazing. Yeah, if they're really that delicious, I'm sure I wouldn't mind trying some. You'll be needing a few. There's meant to be at least 10 different ways of cooking them. And each one brings out the flavor in a totally unique way. Ugh, my mouth's watering just at the thought of it. Yeah, stop it, will you? You're making me hungry too. And me. Same here. Hearing you talk about them's got my stomach growling. Perhaps we should keep an eye out for a restaurant that specializes in mushroom dishes? Ha! Don't give us the polite princess act. You're even more desperate to try them than we are. Gahaha! And why not, eh? Life's short. Best to enjoy it while we can. I'm kind of hungry now, too. Well, I finally stopped my recording session. I've been going for about 4 hours now. Oh my goodness. Though there is one last thing I want to do before we call it for today. For a second, I thought my armor was glitched. It looked a lot darker than it was, but I think that's just the lighting. Our expedition has been maxed out, so let's see what we got. Stop exploring, please. Lots of big forests. Search from top to bottom. Found some treasure under a cactus. Medium JP ore, pretty good. Boost up on HP, nice. Epoko, that was it. Okay. Well, start another exploration. See what we get in the meantime. And with that... Okay, yeah, I'm starting to think my armor might be a little glitched, but I think it's just the lighting. Either way, and with that... We're done here with Wiswold side quests. If I'm pretty certain, at least. I think that's all of them. I'd be kind of sad if I missed one, and my notes were just really off. No, looks like we got them all. Next time on Bravely Default 2, we are actually going to be going back to Savalon, revisiting it, seeing how everyone is doing. There are a few side quests for us there, plus a few extra enemies that I want to tackle and, you know, grab the rewards from. So, with that said, I'll see you soon. Yeah, my armor was definitely glitched there for a little bit.